everyone, I'm Elia, and today I'm going to introduce you to SustainaBella, which is a biotech startup. It's a combination of both of my two biggest passions, which is sustainability and beauty. Beauty is Bella in Spanish. Bella is beauty in Spanish, so that's why I chose this name. All right, so SustainaBella is here to revolutionize the beauty industry with synthetic, lab-grown ingredients to protect our planet and secure the industry's future. Important to note that the future of the industry is dependent on those ingredients. In a world where the supply of natural resources falls short of global demand, we provide scalable, bioengineered solutions. So now I'm sure that you guys are wondering what's so innovating about it, but the beauty industry is not as involved in biotech, like the pharmaceutical industry, for example, which is literally built by an ecosystem of biotech startups. So the beauty industry is mostly centered on marketing, not on science, and that's why a company like SustainaBella is needed. Okay, so the problem, in a broad impact, it's climate change. Climate change is destroying ecosystems, and with them, the materials underwriting the beauty industry, threatening losses in the billions. The beauty industry is worth $571 billion. Key ingredients like squalene, palm oil, and mica are becoming scarce due to overfishing and climate impacts, leaving the industry vulnerable and in urgent need for alternatives. So for our specific product in this project, we chose to focus on squalene. So there's a critical supply chain crisis in the beauty industry. So I know when I say beauty, most of you think that I'm talking to the women in the room, but no, beauty is everything. Beauty is wellness products, beauty is skincare, beauty is personal care, it's everything. Who here in the room has ever used a shower gel? Probably all of you, right? Who used a facial moisturizer? Literally almost all of you. Did you know that there was a shark in your moisturizer? No. Probably not, right? This is the things that the beauty industry don't want you to know. But shark populations, the primary source of squalene, have declined by 71% in the past 15 years, with 75% of sharks now threatened with extinction. It's both an environmental crisis and it's also a crisis for the industry because it's jeopardizing a key ingredient in countless beauty products. And I can't stress it enough. I'm going to explain why the squalene is so important in the next couple minutes. But for now, I want you to see who I am, who my team is, and understand why we are a good team to solve this issue. So me, founder and CEO, I'm a beauty and product development expert. I was literally born into the beauty industry. My mom and head of the advisory board, Vital, had founded her own beauty brand the same year I was born, 27 years ago. So I was kind of growing with the brand side by side, with almost like a sister. Worked with her in the company since I was 15. Product development, manufacturing, everything from every facet of the beauty industry. Right after I went to FIT, I did my undergrad in cosmetics and fragrances marketing. Touched a little bit of chemistry, but I'm not a scientist. Worked at Robertet, which is a fragrances manufacturer for raw materials. And then did brand management for Team, which is a skincare company for men. And lastly, after joining Columbia, I also interned for You, which is a startup that combines beauty and tech. Then we have Dr. Kim. He's expert in bioactive substances. He did over 450 research papers and 72 patents for cosmeceuticals. He's on my advisory board, and hopefully I'll be able to bring him full time. My mom, which is again the head of the advisory board, beauty industry veteran with 20 plus years of experience in scaling beauty brands. She's the head of the advisory board because she has experienced both sides, both the consumer and brand side. So it's great to have her in. And then we have Rusala, which is a scientist from Greece. She's doing formulations for sustainable beauty products, and she's currently on our advisory board, but would love to join the team eventually if we start it very soon. So our solution, like I said already, is SustainaBella. It's a bio-beauty startup manufacturing sustainable lab-grown alternatives to critical key beauty ingredients, starting with squalene as our first project. So again, we have scientific excellence, innovative biotechnology, utilizing the newest innovative methods. And my favorite feature is that we're going to develop an adaptable platform strains, meaning that once we will create that squalene, we then will be able to modify it and create more ingredients that are at risk, like palm oil, So yeah, we will design it to quickly modify, and then we have a sustainable scalability method. Unlike previous attempts, which I'll get to, our approach promises both environmental sustainability and economic viability at scale. Okay, so back to squalene. Is it squalane or squalene? So squalene, with an emphasis on the E, is naturally produced by skin cells and found in human sebum. Can be derived from animal like the shark liver, and plant sources, which I'll also get to, and it's used also in vaccines. Then we have the squalane, which is hydrogenated from squalene, created by adding hydrogen to eliminate double bonds. It's a more stable and suitable for skincare formulations. So why squalene is such a hero ingredient in our industry? First of all, it's a superior moisturizer. It can mimic the skin reaction to moisture. It's a skin barrier supporter, so it protects your skin the whole day. It has a versatile application. It fits all skin types, so dry, oily combination, all of it. Anti-aging benefits, enough said, who doesn't want to look young? And then lastly, most importantly, it enhances formulations. It improves texture and absorption of other ingredients, and that's why it's such a critical ingredient for this industry. 8 out of 10 beauty products has squalene in them. Sometimes they don't even need the extra moisture, but the ingredient itself just makes the whole formula work better because of its properties. So why now? Consumer trends. First of all, 85% of global consumers have buying stuff more sustainable products in the past 5 years. The clean beauty market is projected to reach $11.6 billion by 2027, driven by consumer demand for cruelty-free products. There is an environmental urgency. 2.7 million sharks have been killed to meet the global demand just for cosmetics. Sharks are important for our marine ecosystem. It's not just about beauty, it's also about protecting them. And because of 75% of them are now threatened with extinction. And again, it's a huge business opportunity. No one has ever done that. There's no one biotech company that does specifically ingredients for the beauty industry. So we are leveraging a follower strategy because all other attempts have failed. So why the other alternatives have failed? First of all, there's some companies that produce squalene from olives. Olives also impacting their environmental badly because the cultivation process takes a lot of land and water. Then the seasonal variability, we can't really forecast how many olives are going to come each year. Competition with the food industry. We all have olive oil. We don't want to not use olive oil anymore to use face moisturizers. There's a lower stability shelf. So basically, if you produce your product with olive squalene, you can only sell it for the next 12 months. With shark liver oil squalene, it's 24 months. High production costs. And then we have sugarcane. This is one of the most popular methods recently. So some companies are using sugarcane, they're fermenting it in a very, very complex manufacturing process that takes way longer than it should. Then we have scalability challenges. No company really was able to scale that up to meet the global demand. Inconsistent quality and purity levels. So just like olives, climate change affects those plant-based ingredients as well. We can't really count on them. If sharks are not going to be here, we're definitely not going to have olive and sugarcane. And it's a very high production cost, even higher than olives. That's taking me to our competitive landscape. So Amyris is our biggest competitor and the biggest biotech manufacturer for sustainable ingredients, but they have failed for bankruptcy a few years ago. They're trying to change their business model to meet the global demand. And from sources from industry, I do understand that a big part of their losing, the reason why they're losing so much money is their sugarcane squalene. They didn't realize that they can't scale it up, they're losing money. We have Sofim, which is a French company that uses olive oil to produce squalene, but again, small quantities, they're not meeting global demand at all. Same thing with Korai and Clarinet, which are smaller companies that produce squalene in very, very low minimum quantities. And then we have SustainaBella, that I'm going to introduce the exact solution that we came with. It's a novel technology. The initial scale-up was going to be big, but it's going to be also very much worth it. Okay, so to our product. We are taking a portfolio approach to ensure robust solutions. So we're not just counting on one solution. We're always going to have a backup plan in mind. Our scientific advisory board will guide us through our development and investments in those alternative methods. Okay, so product A, the versatility of microalgae, a strain platform for multiple ingredients. That's our main thing. Currently, after reading a lot of research papers and talking to scientists, that's the most likely what's going to save our industry. So why microalgae? Again, I'm not a scientist, but I am learning, and I'm going to be the middleman between the scientists and the beauty industry. So microalgae are tiny photosynthetic organisms that can convert sunlight, carbon dioxide, and nutrients into valuable compounds, making them an excellent source for sustainable squalene. They are natural squalene producers themselves. Some squalene produce up to 20% of their dry weight as squalene. Just for comparison, olives produce 0.1 to 0.5 of the dry weight squalene, and sugarcane 0.1 to 0.2. This is more than 20 times multiplied by the other alternatives. There is a genetic enhancement potential. It's a sustainability champion, grown in controlled environments with minimal environmental impact, can be integrated with carbon capture technologies, which is always a plus for sustainability. And again, the most important thing, it's versatile and adaptable. We will develop a platform spring technology to allow quick modifications and a potential to produce other critical ingredients like palm oil. And then the market, it's large and growing. We have for our TAM the 571 billion beauty industry. For our SUM, we have the beauty market that utilizes synthetic ingredients, which is 507.8 billion. And for our SUM, after doing a lot of research, we chose that our potential capture for a new biotech startup in the industry is between 0.1 to 0.5% of our SUM, which is 507 million to 2.5 billion, and again, huge potential. To our business model. So we are going to IP licensing to manufacturing brands. Basically, our core strategy, like I already said, is to develop and patent those innovative synthetic ingredients, licensing agreements to offer them to beauty product manufacturers and brands. We're going to grant them rights to use our patent molecules and processes. Our responsibilities will be continuous R&D because that's the base of our business, patent management, quality control, and technical support. Revenue stream. So we're trying to not fail like our competitors did, right? So we're going to have a very sustainable and scalable revenue stream. It's a value-based pricing model, tiered structure for entry, which is small businesses. We're going to charge $100,000 per license, up to 1,000 kilo per year. Standard for mid-sized businesses, $250,000 per license, up to 5,000 kilo per year. Premium, $500,000 per license, up to 10,000 kilo per year. We're going to charge an annual renewal fee, royalty payments, 5% of net sales of the products that the brands will sell, we will get them. So it's a win-win scenario. We're supporting them, they're supporting us. Risk mitigation, that's why we have a diversified client base across different tiers, ongoing patent management and protection, and we're going to be so adaptable to market trends. So we can, again, use our molecule and transfer it to different things to support the new trends in beauty. Concept to commercialization. So biotech industry is very much a trust the process mentality. It's not like the tech industry when you come in, break everything, do things fast. Biotech takes time, care, and a balance. So we're trusting the process. We're starting 2025, establishing foundation, strain selection for optimization of the microalgae. I'll get to the investments very soon. 2026, we are going to advance our research and development. We continue R&D, focusing on genetic engineering. 2027 is when we hope to achieve our proof of concept, and then we start going to initiate sales efforts and sign pre-agreement based on our validated POC. So by 2027, we will already have some revenue. We're going to take 20% of those initial sales agreements because, again, we're already going to prove that we did that. So 2028, we're going to scale up in full commercialization. And 2029, hopefully, we'll get to the market expansion, reach the break-even point, sales production capabilities to meet demand. This is our path to profitability chart. So basically, this is the trajectory from 2025 to 2029. Like I said, first 2 years is only research and development. POC year, this is the percentage from the licensing agreements that went into early adopters. And then the jump is going to obviously come when we get to full commercialization in 2028. The revenue skyrockets from $480,000 in 2027 to $8.1 million in 2029. And this is only a very small assumption. We believe that we can also get much more than that if our product is proved to be working. So licensing will surge as well. So for our fundraising journey, because again, this is a very heavily intense research and development type of process, we will need, we did secure $500,000 from friends and family, and I found an angel investor that really does believe in our product. and is willing to put 1.5 million in safe agreements, and then 2025, 2026, we will do all this, invest all this money into R&D, hopefully get again to the proof of concept early 2027, and then we will go to Series A funding because we have a proof of concept, we already have investors, we created some traction, and we will hopefully raise $10 million to support commercialization and scale up our technology. 2028, revenue generation and profitability by 2029. So, with SustainaBella, the future of beauty is not just bright, it's green. Thank you. Questions? Yes?
Really great presentation, thank you. And so everyone knows again, Elia also pivoted
Yeah.
your idea. And I know it was pressing for you, but could you tell us like why you picked this idea, what drives you to go through this
Yeah. So again, like I said, I've been in beauty my whole life, and I've sat in rooms when these conversations came up, and there's just not enough investment in it. And the reason why I pivoted was because at first I was very, very, not like I wasn't motivated, but I had like a little belief that small me can, bring this idea to life. Like, why is this not here already, right? So I was telling Art, I want to do a consulting project. I'll open a consulting agency that will help companies find the beauty tech startups to invest in. But then Art opened my eyes and he was like, be the biotech. And I was like, but I don't know anything about science. I know a little bit, but I can't open a biotech company. And he kind of helped me get the motivation and the confidence that you don't have to be a scientist to, obviously it's better if you know a little bit about science, but you can be the middleman between those beauty companies that are honestly experiencing a crisis that they don't even realize how big it is yet, because it's a long-term plan. So the reason I pivoted is basically because Art gave me the confidence, and I think that this is something that if it's not going to happen in the next 2 years, our whole industries just fall down, for real. That's why I pivoted.
Thank you.
Nice.
Love the presentation, and also it's especially interesting to hear that you had trepidation about your lack of, a science base, because your presentation has so much detail.
Mm-hmm.
I would not know that you didn't have a scientific background. One of the questions I had was about the approach, the portfolio approach. You mentioned 3 different paths to sources for developing the squalene. Are these to be, is the thinking that they'll be simultaneously, or are they staged?
It's a good question, and I forgot to mention that. So we will start with product A, and once we work on this product for a year and a half or 2 years and we're not reaching the proof of concept, we're starting to work on the alternative methods. It's just to always have a backup plan in mind, because this is a very ambiguous project. We don't really know what's there. We know that there is a lot of research ongoing about microbiology, but not enough people are investing in that. So there's just not enough investment. Thank you. Thank you.
Fantastic presentation. Can't wait for you to become a multi-millionaire. My question is to do with, I guess, other projects, or given your background in the beauty industry, it seems apparent that you want to start with squalene. Are there other things that you do with palm oil as well? Other things that you see the company looking to as a future project? If you had your future 200 years on, what else do you see as being issues that the firm can work on?
Yeah, so like I said, we're trying to come up with a product that is versatile, that we can adapt. We're going to save all the stand-up costs by having the molecule ready and just, transfer it to something else. The second thing I would like to do is palm oil, and the third thing I would like to do is shea butter, because they're both very much affected by climate change as well.
Thank you.